and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome to episode 175 of the It's Obvious podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Preston Pugh, and I am joined by one of my best friends, Jacob Alka.
Hello, Preston. It is a strange week, is it not?
It is a strange week. Unfortunately, Garrett is not with us. His review of Red Dead literally killed him, and he's sick now. And I believe he's actually going to the doctor today, but he is scared he might be down with strep throat or something of the sort. But it is very sad that he is not here the podcast after the Red Dead release date, because as we just said, he has reviewed the game over at COG Connected and has poured I believe 80 or 90 hours into the game, much more than either of us have. So he will unfortunately not be bringing his thoughts and opinions on the game to the podcast, at least this week. Right? At least this episode, yeah. So you're just going to have to hear two guys that have very briefly played the game discuss their thoughts on it thus far.
Indeed. But, I have to say, I did not think that all the Rockstar worth ethnic problems would affect the reviewers of the game too. It's really shocking. You know?
Yeah, definitely. I called him, I believe, I think the embargo lifted Friday at 7 a.m. and I called him Thursday night around 10, just checking up on him. I hadn't heard from him for a few days. And I could just tell when he answered the phone, he just sounded so groggy. I was like, "How's it going, man?" It's like, "Oh, I'm just been editing this review all night, just playing the game nonstop, just trying to get through it so I can write this thing." So
yeah, it's funny.
Check out his review.
Sorry,
over at COG.
Over at COG definitely check his review on COG. But
yeah, very good review.
Yeah, it is. Thursday night, me and him were supposed to record and Ask IOG. But he had the same excuse, apparently. You know, he doesn't have a voice.
Excuse. Yeah.
That's what I'm calling it, an excuse.
For real. Garrett. Yeah. Garrett was actually at my house last night.
Oh.
For the Georgia-Florida game party. Yearly party we always have. Go Dogs. Great game. And his voice sounded awful last night. It was super raspy. He just, I could definitely tell he was not himself. And, so I can, tell you from just seeing him myself that,
from literally seeing him,
probably good. Yeah. Literally seeing him that, it probably wouldn't have been good for him to be talking so much today. But,
yeah, I mean, he's not here for me to ask, but I wonder like what was different about this one to where he lost his voice, you know?
Yeah. I don't necessarily think I don't know. He might have just been sick in this whole process, but I'm sure not sleeping for 3 or 4 days rushing through this thing probably didn't help, anything.
Probably not.
But anyways, we will miss him, and we will talk a ton about Red Dead again next week, probably, with us playing a lot more of it this upcoming week, and just, like I said, him having more thoughts on it. But besides Red Dead, because we will definitely be getting into that game, how was your week, Jacob?
I had a interesting week, Preston. Let me tell you about it. So last week on the podcast, I talked about how I was pulling the trigger. You know, I'm going to build a new PC. And I did just that, but not without complications along the way, let me tell you. So I get like one shipment on Tuesday, a couple more on Wednesday, and then the rest were on Thursday. So I had everything at my house ready to be put together Thursday night. So I spent from 7 p.m. till about midnight. I put this thing together, okay? So it's on my desk. It's put together. I press the power button. It turns on, to my surprise. Like I was like, holy shit! I actually, I feel like I did it right. Everything's working. Look at my monitor, no signal. I was like, oh god, what did I do? So then I proceed to spend the next 2 days trying to figure out what the problem is. I take everything apart besides taking the the processor out of the motherboard. It's because I didn't want to do that. I wanted to save that for like the last thing I did. Because I'm like really anal about, bending a pin or something.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I literally check everything. Nothing seems to be making this thing work. So I'm like, oh my god, what do I need to do? So I found this like checklist online, like a troubleshooting checklist, right? and I get down to the part that says, what's it called? It's like reset the CMOS. And I was like, what the hell is that? And I come to realize there's these two little tiny pegs on the bottom of the motherboard called the CMOS,
Mm-hmm.
and it basically what it does is just resets the motherboard. And all you have to
Yeah.
do is like touch them with like a screwdriver or something. So I touch them, then I try one more time to turn it back on. Bam! That's all it was. I just had to reset my fucking motherboard. I was so triggered, but I was also like incredibly relieved because I was like incredibly stressed the last 2 days. But
I hear you.
I fixed this Saturday. I'd taken my computer downstairs on the kitchen table because I needed more lighting. Like I had put so much effort into this, and like my greatest fear was because I spent so much money on all this shit that I actually broke something. Like I just broke like my main concern was obviously the pins on the processor and the motherboard.
Yeah.
Which I had not checked up until then. So I was very relieved to know that I actually did everything correctly, and all my money wasn't wasted. So that's what I've been dealing with.
To hear. I was going to ask if you had the HDMI or DisplayPort cable plugged in.
Yeah, I
did. If you had checked that, all right. Well, that's good.
But yeah, it was just extremely stressful because I know you've spent a lot of money on your rig as well, so I know that you can imagine how stressful it would have been if you would have broken something too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, luckily my just worked the first time turning it on and everything, so luckily I didn't have the.
In conclusion, I feel like I've really learned a lot about just how to really put together a computer now. Like I know so much about this machine next to me. Like I could take it all apart and put it back together like easily.
For sure.
I feel like I know everything.
CPU did you end up getting?
I got the i7 Core 8700K.
Okay. Yeah, that's what Garrett has.
I have yet to overclock it. I am going to do that this afternoon. So I won't know how my computer performs until next week's podcast. And I have not played any games yet because like I said, yesterday was when I actually made it work, and I spent all like last night downloading, applications and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
what type of cooler did you get for it? Like an AIO or?
Yeah, I got an AIO.
Cooler?
It is here I have the box next to me. It's a Fractal Design Celsius S24.
Okay.
It's one of the better AIOs out there right now. So.
Those are good.
That was another fear that I should say
right?
this. I thought I was going to crush, or I thought I did crush the processor by putting too much pressure, tightening the AIO over it. I was just so anal. I was like, oh my God, did I crush it?
Yeah.
But
that's funny.
It's working.
You got a 1080 Ti, correct?
Yes.
What kind did you get? Like what brand?
It's MSI.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's cool.
11 gigs.
Yes, sir.
It is a very pretty machine. I think I want to get some LEDs for it because it's kind of plain looking. I have a tempered glass case, so I want to kind of
that's cool.
Make it a little brighter. It is right next to me, so maybe I won't. I haven't decided yet. It's like
I have some Corsair lights as well. I had to get a USB hub because I ran out of USB headers actually on the motherboard, so I had to get like an extension to plug everything I had into it. But I believe it's called Corsair Q or something. Just anyway, the software that Corsair runs off of it makes setting up the lights super easy, and you can do just crazy stuff with them. You can make like every strip different colors or do like different patterns and different like effects, like visors flying across and stuff. It just looks really, really cool.
So you're saying that you run you control them through the IQ software for like the mouse and stuff? Oh, that's cool.
Yep. Yeah, everything. My course, I have Corsair keyboard, mouse. My AIO is Corsair. My RAM is Corsair. My LEDs are Corsair, so I'm able to control like the lights of the RAM, the keyboard and everything. Yeah, everything through that software.
I wonder if Razer has LED lights. I wonder, because I have like a Razer mouse and keyboard, but I also have a Corsair Scimitar mouse for like my MMO play. But, I don't know. I'll have to look into it.
I use the Scimitar just for everything.
Oh, really? Even for like shooting?
Yeah, for everything. I just really like it. I got so used to it. It was a little heavy at first, but
it is a heavy mouse.
I've been using it so much that's just what I'm used to, and I like having 12 buttons to assign to everything.
Yeah. See, I have a Razor. This isn't a Naga. It's a God. What's this mouse called?
Naga's their MMO mouse,
Right.
I
Yeah.
believe.
I'm trying to remember what the name of the one I'm using is. Let me find the box. But it's a lot lighter, but it's also like much bigger, so you have to like put your palm on it to move it. But with the scimitar, it's more like you're controlling it with your fingers a little bit more.
Gotcha.
You can kind of like
how much RAM did you get?
I think I have 2 sticks of. I don't remember.
8.
I'm trying to look at them. So, yeah, I can tell you off the top of my head. I forgot.
Oh, okay.
Let me find it real quick.
That's fine.
No, I want to know.
Well, we should.
Card picker.
This is riveting. I'm sure all the console people listening to us right now are absolutely loving this conversation. But anywho, while you find that, I played. Speaking of console play, I played the Spider-Man DLC this week while I was up in Dallas, and I really, really liked it. Of course, if you listen to the podcast, know that I love the main game a ton, and I honestly wasn't expecting too much going into this DLC. I knew it was going to be story based, but I pretty much was on like blackout from what this actually was. So this DLC actually takes place after the main story, and that honestly surprised me. I thought it was just going to be some one-off story that really didn't relate to the main narrative whatsoever, but it takes place after, so obviously you're going to need to beat the game to actually play this DLC.
Do you think you could play it if you haven't beat the game?
I don't know if it will let you, but if it does, definitely do not. Because there's one thing in the main narrative that it definitely spoils.
Okay.
That Peter talks about with a particular character.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so definitely don't play this if you haven't beat the main story.
To interrupt you really quick, I have 16 gigs of RAM.
Okay.
Two 8 gig sticks. I'll definitely get 2 more because I have 2 more slots.
Yeah, for sure.
But continue.
That is what I did on mine as well. I think I have 4 8 gig sticks. Anyways, yeah. So anyways, I liked it. It's mainly focused around Black Cat. I don't really want to. Well, it's not necessarily too many spoilers for me to tell the other villain that's in it. There is, I guess, if you don't want to know anything, just skip ahead a few minutes. But Hammerhead is one of the villains in this DLC, which he is a mob boss, and the entire point of this DLC is Black Cat is working with him to steal these hard drives from these, I believe, 4 mob families to get their entire fortune. So you're having to kind of track down Black Cat before she accumulates all these USB drives. And yeah, that's pretty much all I'll say about the story. But there are some there is, I'm not going to say some, but there's an interesting thread that goes through the story that involves Spider-Man and Black Cat's past that is extremely interesting. And yeah, that's all I'll say. And I think Black Cat's a really cool character in this. She's very interesting. I love their Spider-Man and her's past that they kind of allude to. There's a side mission that has to do with her family that is also fairly interesting. And yeah, there's about 6 or 7, I believe, actual main missions.
That's pretty beefy. It's more than I would expect.
It took, I 100%ed it. It took me about 4 hours.
Okay.
So it definitely isn't super short. But it is part 1 of part 3. When the DLC ends, it says to be continued. So if all 3 are about this size, I think that is an excellent, bang for your buck for this
for sure.
City That Never Sleeps thing that's like $20 or $25. But the side content includes, there's just a new gang that you get to fight, which it's essentially a reskin of everybody else you fought, but they add another enemy type. It's one of those big brute characters, but he actually has a minigun. So it doesn't reinvent the combat or anything. It's just you just have to dodge the minigun and punch him. So it's nothing super different. But there is a different animation for taking him out if you use like that triangle circle animation.
Yep.
Where you'll like take his minigun away and then like kick it into him. So that's pretty cool just to see a different takedown animation.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the missions are the same as what you've seen. The first mission involves you having to you're in a museum, and while you're fighting these guys, there are other bad guys that are actually stealing stuff, and while you're fighting just the group of guys, you also have to make sure these other bad guys don't get out of the museum with items that they've stolen. So that's just a different mechanic that wasn't in the main game, that you have to worry about other people while you're fighting. But for the most part, it's relatively more of the same, which is fine. That's fine for me. More Spider-Man is good, just with a different story to follow that I really liked.
So I think a lot of people are going to be playing this later, since a certain game that we're going to talk about soon just came out.
For sure. Definitely. But I really enjoyed it, and I'm very much looking forward to part 2 and part 3. There also is one mission that I thought was pretty cool. They maybe could have sprinkled it in a little bit more, but there is a mission where you actually team up with somebody and you get to use them in a stealth segment.
Oh.
As kind of like, hey, you take out this person, you take out that person.
Yeah.
And it doesn't change things a ton, but it is pretty cool. It was cool enough to where I would have liked to have done it in more than one mission. So who knows, maybe later on in the other DLCs there'll be more of there'll be more stuff like that. But anywho, I do want to say really quick, it's I apologize if I say a lot or go off a little bit. It is very different to just stare at a screen and just talk to you.
For sure.
I don't know why. It's really hard to keep my thoughts straight just staring at the Audacity screen and just talking to you.
Everyone be sure to flame Preston in the comments.
Yeah, I apologize. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about unless the suits, the 3 suits. The Scarlet Spider suit is really awesome. I've always liked that suit. That's the main suit that I used in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game. So once I unlocked that, I was using that the entire time.
Is that
except
suit
for
your
story
main?
Missions. No, the advanced suit is always my main. I have to do the cutscenes in the advanced suit for lore purposes.
Yeah.
But when I'm just swinging around doing random stuff, I'll be the Scarlet Spider too. The other 2 are fine. I think the UK Spider-Man suit, I know we were talking a little bit of crap about it the other week, but I do think it looks better in game than it does in that screenshot they released.
Okay.
Especially the back of the suit looks really, really cool.
Yeah, and that's what you're staring at most of the time anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm excited to jump into the DLC probably after I play Red Dead. Honestly, I'll be interested to get right back into Spider-Man. So
have you beat Spider-Man?
Yes, I have.
Okay,
I have not done like most of the side content though. I still have much of the city to knock off.
What do you think about just the main narrative? Was it satisfying?
Oh yeah, it was fantastic. I mean, it wasn't exactly unpredictable. But I mean, there were a couple surprises along the way.
Two. Yeah, that were little surprises.
I enjoyed the journey. I thought it was well put together. I didn't think it was too long, too short. I was satisfied at the end. I can't wait for the sequel, which they're definitely setting up at the end of the story there. And
for sure.
Yeah, do these DLCs kind of add to like what was at the end of the main campaign?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's super cool.
The after credits, there are 2 after credit sequences, if you know what I'm talking about. The first one, it evolves on that, not the second one.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
So,
regardless, I am very excited, but I'm very focused on something else right now as well.
I understand. Is that Red Dead?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk a little about Red Dead. I do want to say that we're probably not going to be talking too much about any news. As far as I know, nothing groundbreaking happened.
I mean, there's a lot of more
this week.
Rockstar stories. TwitchCon was this weekend. There's not really anything
Okay.
huge coming out of there that concerns us,
Yeah, it just seems like everybody's just been talking about Red Dead since it released on
Yeah.
Friday.
This
and just the
coming
build
week,
up to
though,
it.
the week this goes live, BlizzCon will be that Friday, so I'm excited.
I'm a little bummed that they just already nipped in the bud that we're not getting a new Diablo.
I know, dude. Maybe it's a lie, though. Maybe they're lying.
Maybe I know that there is a rumor going around due to a poster that you could buy that was I forgot what it was titled, but a lot of people were speculating that was the name of the next game.
Yeah, they're
Was
definitely
whatever the
doing
poster was
something
titled.
with Diablo, because
Yeah.
there's been listings of or Blizzard has said themselves they have multiple Diablo projects in the works right now. And right after the main conference, whatever they do that Friday, the first thing after it is Diablo. So there's something they're announcing something. I guess it's just not Diablo 4.
That's a bummer.
Mhm.
Anywho, I guess are you ready to talk about Red Dead Redemption, Jacob?
I am, Preston.
That is awesome. So first of all, I want to say I was in Dallas this entire week. I flew home on Friday, and I pre-ordered the game through Best Buy, and I got a notification that everything was shipped on time. So I was expecting to just walk in my door, and Red Dead was just going to be sitting on my table from the mail. But alas, when I get home, it has not yet been delivered. So I get home at 12 and I'm just sitting there. Like I at least want to be installing this game because I know that's probably going to take a decent amount of time with this game being on 2 discs physically.
Yeah, I did mine online. I know it will take longer if you're downloading it from the internet, but it took mine 6 hours.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So I get here. I'm waiting for the mail guy to get here. I have a lot of stuff to do to get prepared for Garrett and his family and my grandparents to come over to my house for the party on Saturday.
Yeah.
So I'm doing all that stuff, still waiting for the mail. It's around 2:00. Mail still hasn't gotten here. So that was it for me. So I just go upstairs and I bought the Ultimate digital edition just straight off of PlayStation and downloaded that in about 2.5 hours is what it took. So I was able to completely do all, clean and do a little bit of yard work and everything.
Did you download it over Ethernet?
Yeah, just it was a direct line.
Yes, yeah, I did Wi-Fi because I don't have a cord to my PlayStation.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm guessing that's why it took me 6 hours.
Yeah, I ran all network through my walls and stuff so I can just hardwire everything. But so I did that. Took about 2.5 hours. Came up here, played for about an hour, and then around it was either like 5:30 or 6. Finally, they deliver the game. So I was able to completely download it, play in an hour, and then it finally got here. So I'm gonna end up just taking it back to Best Buy and getting a refund for it.
Oh, speaking of Best Buy, really quick, I want to interrupt you. I went into Best Buy to just ask to see if they have zip ties. The homie hooks me up. He gives me like 20 zip ties for free just out of the back of their warehouse. So I was like, holy shit, this is super nice. And I obviously wanted those for like cable management to make everything not a mess on my computer. And that was also the same day that I went in because I was gonna buy more thermal paste because I thought I was gonna have to take my AIU off, obviously, or AIO. Sorry. So I did buy it. But luckily there was like a computer expert in there and he knew all about building computers and he was actually the one to remind me to reset my CMOS. So shout out to Best Buy. They actually really helped me out. But Red Dead.
Yes, Red Dead. Oh yeah. So anyways, I was out today and I should have taken that Red Dead back. So I got to remember to do that.
Yeah, idiot.
But anyways, yeah, I know. So dumb. So I downloaded it, played about an hour. I think in total I've played around 6 hours, and it's really good. What do you think? It's like I can't say it is. Everybody's already heard how incredible it is, so I'm just adding to the noise, saying the exact same thing. But it's kind of mind blowing.
It is
everything in this game.
The most incredible thing about this game is how immersive it is. I've never played anything like it in terms of just how much it feels like, how much work they put into just the world and how your experience is crafted around just actually being a outlaw in this game. It's like not necessarily the story right now that's blowing me away. It's just how every little thing that I have to do is contributing to the journey that I have to go on and like taking care of all these people that are with you, right? And it's blowing my mind how much you like. I thought I was going to be overwhelmed by how much I had to micromanage within the game, but honestly, it just comes kind of naturally, and you like it doesn't feel overwhelming whatsoever. How do you feel about all the systems?
No, I completely agree with you. I also thought that the keeping yourself fed and bathed and shaved and stuff might get a little annoying.
I still haven't taken a bath. Where do I do that?
Yeah, I haven't taken a bath either. There was this one cutscene where I went over to a barrel and kind of wiped my face off, but
yeah, I did that too.
I haven't had the need to do that yet, at least yet. But I have been shaving. I'm making sure to make sure that I'm growing the sickest mustache of all time. So I'm just cutting my everything else but the stash.
Nice.
And it's very cool looking. But
are you gonna grow an IRL stash to match it?
Probably not. Okay. Maybe later. Who knows?
I'm doing the full beard. I like the full beard.
Yeah, I like to keep a full. That's cool. I did that in the beginning, but I thought I'd try and just be super cowboy-y.
Yeah, mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, grow a sick stash. But anyway, yeah, it's I don't even know where to start in terms of just what's most impressive to me. But all I can do is just add on to what you said, that the immersion that this game makes you feel. I don't even think that's a correct sentence.
Oh yeah, I think everyone knows what you mean. Anyone that's played it, they know what we're talking about. Like,
yeah, it's
in the cinematic mode, like when you're just riding around, like it's so great.
Yeah. The thing that's blown me away most about this is the first 2 hours is good. It's the game starts off in this snowy tutorial area, and it's very slow paced. It's very. I mean, I don't even know another word to give it besides slow paced.
Well, it kind of sets up the whole game, right? Because the game is just kind of slow paced. That's how the game plays.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't have a problem with that whatsoever.
No, it's everything is very methodical. Like even skinning like I was just playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and when you're hunting animals in that game, you're just shooting them, running up and pushing a button, and you're automatically taking their pelt. Whereas in this game, you're literally skinning them and rolling up the pelt, and you have to go put it on your horse. It's like every single thing you do
and you can take
a process.
You can take a smaller dead carcass too, like a rabbit, and hang it on your horse too.
Yeah. So it's this definitely is not a fast-paced game at all. And like you said, that just this is the first game in a long time that I'm not wanting to listen to a podcast or something in the background while I'm playing it. It's just full on. I'm completely fixated on what I'm doing, and I'm completely fine with these animations kind of playing themselves out due to just how good they are, and like you said, how just immersive it is.
Yeah, let me ask you this. I think this game, more than any other game, it tells its story throughout the world in a really impactful way. I want to ask you, how much time did you spend in that initial town? Because I spent at least an hour just exploring that town and checking all the buildings.
Snow?
No. The actual first I guess it would be described as a cowboy town.
Valentine?
Yeah, you have or this isn't really spoilery, but you have a fight there.
Oh yeah. That's Valentine.
Yeah.
Yes, I have spent a decent amount of time roaming around there, and that's my favorite part of this game so far. To where I am right now, the main narrative hasn't necessarily been established yet. I know what we're doing, I know what the goal is, but nothing crazy has happened to really progress it forward yet, if that makes sense.
Yeah. How many camps have you set up?
Oh, just one.
Yeah,
I'm at
same.
the first camp.
We're probably at the same spot, basically.
Yeah, based on how many hours we've played, 5 or 6, we're definitely at the same spot. But I've been spending a majority of my time I'm going to these mission icons, but I'm taking my time getting there, and I'm seeing the sights on the way there, and I'm talking to people on the way there. I've had so many interesting things happen to me just going around. for instance, earlier today, I played for about an hour and I was rushing to get somewhere. And I did not see this guy on the road. I ran straight into him. He was on a horse too. Like he just turned this corner and I ran right into him. And I went flying over my horse and his horse tumbled over. And I got up and I ran over him to say like, I'm sorry or something. And he freaks out and pulls his gun on me. So I pull my gun on him and he shoots. So I shoot him in the head.
Yeah.
And I loot his body and I find a note on him that is from his wife or his lover or something, telling him that she's so sorry, but she's leaving him for his brother.
You bastard.
So I felt awful for killing him because I just accidentally ran into him, killed him. Then I checked, and it looks that he's been having an absolutely horrible day with his wife or girlfriend leaving him.
Look
and
at
then
it this way, you know, like you're doing him a favor, right?
Yeah, putting him out of his misery.
Yeah.
So
I have a similar
happened,
story.
There's just stuff like that has been happening. Like this one lady had a horse fall on top of her, so I helped her out. And
this
then
is my story.
Did that happen to you? Okay.
I tell her that I'm going to help her. And I accidentally pressed the wrong button. She's like, "Fine, I'll just walk." So like, no, I don't want you to walk. I want to take you back. So whatever I could not convince her to ride with me because I just pressed the wrong button accidentally. So I just got mad and I just ran her over. And she just flopped over. She like gave out a little yelp and she was dead for sure. I literally put her body on my back of my horse and just ran off. It's kind of fucked up, but I've also like tried to turn around after she ran off when I accidentally clicked the wrong button to reject her. And I like turned around next to a rock, and next thing I know, I got flipped off my horse because my horse like ran into a rock or something.
Yeah.
And the horse falls on the ground, and I fall on the ground. And I had to like inject my horse with some like health thing to get it back up. For
sure.
I love how you
can
damage your horse.
Skyrim climb with horses in this game. For sure. What were you saying?
What?
I thought you were about to say something.
No, sorry.
I don't know if I cut you off. But oh crap. Oh yeah, so have you been robbed yet? Or stood up?
No.
Okay, yeah, I was riding around at night and two guys from that rival gang, the O'Malley's or whatever they're called, they tried to stick me up. That was pretty cool. I like fake surrendered and put my hands up, and they came up to me, and I took out the sawed-off shotgun I had and just put it in his stomach.
Nice.
And killed him and took them out. So that was pretty cool. They were hiding behind this bridge I was crossing and just jumped out at me and like scared my horse and everything.
Yeah. So if you were up
cool.
with that woman with the horse that fell on her, that means you went out on the hunting trip with what's his name? Yeah, it starts with an H.
Yeah,
the older guy.
Up to get the bear.
Yeah,
Hosea, I think.
Yeah, I think it's Hosea. Did you kill the bear, or did the bear kill you?
I did kill the bear.
The bear killed me.
Oh, really? The bear jumped on me, but I wrestled it off, and then I pulled my gun out on the ground and like shot him point blank in the head and killed him. It was super awesome.
See, I did that. I guess I didn't shoot him enough because he jumped right back on me. He killed me.
I got him a ton before he even jumped on me, but that was insanely just cinematic and awesome looking.
Yeah.
So then I put his giant pelt on my horse and went off to a trapper and sold it to him.
Yeah. To make up for it, though, I killed 2 other bears and skinned them. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah. There was one more thing I wanted to tell you that happened to me that was so my uncle was watching me play the other night when he was over here, and we were just riding around, and he told me to go rob somebody. So I was just following a few horses on the road, and I stuck my gun at one of them and tried to rob him, and he pulled his gun out on me, so I shot him and killed him, and then I was looting his body, and another person saw me do it, so he ran off, so I chased him down and was telling him to like forget what he saw, and that guy pulled his gun on me, so I shot him. And I don't know if you've shot somebody like point blank with a shotgun yet, but you can blow their head off. Like literally blow their head off. So I blew this guy's head off with a shotgun, and I'm reloading, and I put it around my shoulder, and this other guy rides up on his horse And he's looking at and he's like, "Oh my gosh, this guy's dead." And then he looks over at me and goes, "Do you know who did this? Like, who did this?" So I talk to him and I go, "Nah, man, I just walked up on this guy." And I guess he didn't believe me, so he was like, "Oh, I got to go tell the sheriff." So he runs off. So I have to chase this guy down, and I shoot him in the back. And then finally, I get out of there without somebody seeing me. But it was just like witness after witness after witness seeing me kill somebody.
Yeah.
But,
have you been wanted yet?
Oh yeah, I did a particular mission that takes place in the town of Strawberry, and I am extremely wanted. I'm so wanted over there that the entire town is shut down. I can't even go over there. So, but yeah, but I did want to talk to you. I don't know how many story missions you've done, but I did see one of the main complaints that I have seen about this game is the character that you are playing as.
Yeah.
I opened up a set of missions where I have to go collect debts. And it's the first time in the game that I really felt kind of bad for kind of taking these people's money. Granted, we did loan the money to them and they need to pay up, but they are in bad situations and stuff, and you have to be very mean to the people to get their money back. So I did want to ask you, how do you feel about just playing as Arthur Morgan with him being just a bad man? Does that I know there are some choices to where you can be good in situations, but you are a bad man.
Yeah.
So, like,
I mean, for the most part, I haven't
that?
really experienced what you're talking about yet. I kind of liked the whole conflict of his character because I'm playing him as a good guy, right? So,
Yeah.
And just in general, he means well in general. Like, he just does bad things to get by, I guess you could say. And that's kind of like the lingo of their whole gang. Like, they're just trying to make it until they can, get out further west, and then just establish themselves again, like they used to have in, what was the town called where they came from?
Blackwater?
Yeah, Blackwater, I think.
Yeah.
That's all they're really trying to do. They're doing what they think is right and best to achieve their goals. That's all I really have.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it, or did you already just kind of explain it?
I kind of did. I like him. I don't think I know enough about him to say that. Or actually, I don't even know if "like's" a good enough word. I'm just he's fine so far. I don't know a lot about his character. Like you, the way that I'm playing him, from what I've seen, I don't think he's definitely a bad person. But I in some scenarios, I guess he means well. I try and help out the people that I've come across, like the lady. I took her into town. There was another man out of the town of Strawberry who was from New York, and he was lost, so I helped him on his way back to Strawberry. But on the other hand, there was this guy from Mexico who wanted to meet a true gunslinger from America, and I did a contest with him. We shot some bottles, and then he wanted to shoot birds out of the sky, and he completely owned me. Like, I could not shoot these birds out of the sky.
Were you using your Deadeye?
I was, but it ran out in the middle of the fight, so I was trying to take a tonic to get it back up, and once I drank that, and I was able to shoot like 2 more birds, but he had already beaten me, so I probably should have made sure that was taken care of before I got in the competition.
Yeah.
But I was a little sore loser, so I told him I wasn't going to pay him, so he pulled his gun on me, so I killed him. So I kind of felt bad about that. I probably should have just paid him his $10. It wasn't even like a lot of money at all.
He looked up to you, man.
Yeah, I know. This guy came over to like I said, find a true gunslinger, and I shot him. I guess he found one. I shot him in the head.
Yeah. Have you been to the bar in? I know we're just like getting into specific quests, which you don't really want to do in particular, but I was at a bar in God, what's the town called? We were just talking about it. Yeah, Valentine. And this guy's like, I'm trying to like write a book or something about the best gunslingers. And have you met any of those guys yet?
I have not met any of them yet, but I do have that quest.
Yeah. Okay. Just wanted to know,
I talked to Garrett about that last night, and he's only done one of those cards after his like 90 hours of gameplay or whatever.
There's so much we could talk about, honestly. Like, how do you feel about all the customization in the game? Like, what kind of horse do you have? We could go on.
So I'm rocking the horse that I got from the Ultimate Edition. I'm pretty sure it comes with the Standard Edition if you pre-ordered it as well. This like war horse.
Oh yeah, yeah.
His speed is super high. He's classified as like a racehorse. And he has this really cool like crescent moon design on his face.
Yeah.
So I'm using him. I like him a lot. So I'm constantly petting him and brushing him and stuff.
And feeding him.
Yeah, feeding him. I just make sure he doesn't get killed because I've already killed one of my horses. Some bounty hunters were chasing me, and I literally flew off a cliff, and my horse went flying, and somehow I lived. But he died. I had one of the reviver things that you were talking about, but
Yeah.
I wasn't too attached to that horse, so I just
just
I just put him out of his misery. No, I went up to him and put him out of his misery. That was one of the options. So I just didn't want to waste one of those things on him.
Yeah.
So yeah, this second horse though, I've had him for a while or a few hours now, so I definitely want to keep him.
Have you put in a warm outfit and a cold outfit in your sack?
Not yet. I haven't. I know I get a notification telling me I don't have a cold outfit, but I'm not planning on going anywhere cold right now. I'm perfectly fine with where I am. But the customization is borderline insane. Yeah. Like the clothing and stuff is pretty cool. I really like how you can take your gloves on and off while you're just out and about. Same thing, you know, with your hat and your bandana and everything. But the part where it really impressed me was with the horse, where you can completely change everything about your saddle, like I guess they're called the things you put your feet in, the stirrups or whatever. I don't know the exact technical term for them, but you could change those. You could change the hold'em-a-bobber in front of your crotch. I don't know what that's called either.
You can literally change the hair on your horse.
Yeah, you could do that. It's insane, and even with the guns, like you have to keep them clean, and you can customize those.
There's so many different makes for handles and shit. Like there's so much stuff.
Yeah, and it's just the attention to detail is mind blowing. Even like there was a guy that I found out in the woods who wanted to sell me a map, and it wasn't just like in any other game where like you just kind of motion towards the person. I literally pulled out a wad of money from my bag and handed him the wad of money. He took it, and then he gave me the physical map, and I put it in my pouch. And I know that doesn't add to the gameplay, but it's those little tiny things that just, like we were talking about in the beginning, the immersion. It's I'm trying everything I can in this game to see if it works. Like if there's mud on the ground, like I jumped in the mud to see if it made me dirty, or just things like that. I'm constantly trying to see like what can and cannot work in this in this world. One of the most impressive things I've seen is I was riding my horse through the woods, and there was this big branch sticking out, and I went through the branch, and the branch caught on me and moved with me. And when I went past it, it flung back to its original position.
That's crazy.
Just stuff like that is it's crazy. This is a next gen leap for sure. Just in terms of just these minute details that we're talking about. Like it's hands down the most impressive game in terms of the open world and things like that I've ever played. And on top of that, it's just the people are crazy too. Just how you can just talk to, I mean, I know you can talk to people in other games, but the way that it's done in this game is so well. It's not like they forget or anything. Like that lady that I dropped off at Valentine, even when she was gone, I walked back up to her and I was like, "Are you sure you're okay? Like everything's good?" And she assured me, yeah, I'm fine. Whereas I feel like in another game, after a mission's over, if you go talk to somebody, it would just be like, "Hello, hi." You know what I mean?
It's like
they remember what's going on, and they talk about the situations that are going. Like if you run into somebody, instead of saying hi, you can't say hi to them anymore. You can diffuse the situation. So you'll literally say, "Oh, sorry about that." It's just little things like that it makes every character in this game actually feel real now, because they're actually responding to what you're doing, and their reactions feel real, and your reaction to them feels real. It's truly mind blowing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the exact same way. It just sometimes like I'm taken aback of how like crazy this game is, and that we're actually playing it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I know we haven't even finished Red Dead for the most part, but I am crazy interested to see what these guys are going to do for the next GTA with all of this stuff that we're seeing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's I know that was one of the complaints about GTA, is that it kind of went off track a little bit from, I think, not so much as 4, but San Andreas, because San Andreas had like a system where you could get fat or get fit. Just it had like things you can micromanage like that.
Yeah.
And those are back in this game. So I wonder if those are like things that are here to stay for Rockstar games, in the future.
It's definitely going to be a while until we see that game.
Oh, for sure. And I'm completely stupid for even bringing that up. But I am interested in that a little bit. Yeah, I know. But yeah, there's
anything else you want to touch on? Yeah. I'm trying to think. How'd you feel about the opening tutorial? Was it like, you think it was too long? Did you enjoy how it just slowly...
I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was a little long.
I did too, yeah.
Because I think once the game opens up, like what we're talking about right now is what makes this game
it's the
truly like breathtaking and incredible right now. That opening sequence is extremely linear, and I know it's a tutorial, but it was a little long, especially the sections where you're just riding your horse for like what it felt like 30 minutes just in a straight line, following your people, and they're just talking about whatever. But yeah, once you get to your first big camp area and it opens up, this is what Red Dead is, where we are now.
Yeah.
So
one other thing I've thought of, any characters you really like so far from the game?
Of course, John Marston. I like John.
I want to see more of him. I haven't spoken to him much from where I'm at right now, so I want to see some more.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be coming. Plenty of John Marston for sure.
I like Dutch a lot. I think he's cool.
Yeah, Dutch is cool. Lenny is interesting. I did a very cool quest with Lenny. We went to a bar and got drunk, and it was hilarious. Have you done that mission yet?
I don't think so.
Probably, if you don't know right off the bat what I'm talking about, you probably haven't done it yet. But that mission was really awesome. But yeah, I haven't grown too attached to too many characters yet because, like I said, I haven't played a ton of the actual.
We're gonna have much more stories next week. Huh? I'm excited.
Oh yeah, for sure. What now? Okay, the worst thing about this game to me, and it's better now. I've monkeyed with it enough, and it actually feels fine. I'm not thinking about it too much right now. But how do you feel about the aiming in this game?
It's not the best. I gotta tell you.
I think that's an understatement.
just the movement in general, even of the characters. Like, I'm one of those people that are not a huge fan of how Rockstar games control. I'm kind of dealing with it just because I like the game right now. But I'm of the belief that I think their games are way too heavy.
I agree,
including the aiming.
Yeah, the aiming is. Unless I'm remembering incorrectly, I think it's like definitely worse than GTA 5. I don't remember feeling this way in GTA.
I mean, definitely like where you can like tap the right stick and it'll snap onto someone's head. That helps a lot. But just in terms of general aiming, it is bad.
Yeah, so I've had to mess with it a ton. Like I had to turn the dead zone down a ton. I turned the lock on down quite a bit. I just had to mess with the sensitivity a ton to where it feels fine now. But
this game begs for a mouse.
Yeah. I go a lot back and forth on how I feel about the Rockstar weight that you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't mind it too much in the single player. It's where the multiplayer stuff it gets a little bit annoying. But there are, with this weight, there are a few situations where I'm like trying to run to cover or do something fairly fast, and it seems like I'm constantly just like running into stuff.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it does feel very, just realistic. Just the weightiness of it. It definitely looks very nice. And yeah.
I mean, I'm saying that even on a regular PS4, it's a nice looking game.
Oh yeah, dude. On Pro, it's ridiculous. And from what I've heard, the X is even
the
better.
X looks very good.
Yeah, pretty good for a footstool.
Yeah.
We'll
give it that. Okay.
I really, really wish, especially for aiming wise, this was on PC. I have a feeling that probably would not be an issue.
Yeah, I would play it again if it was on PC. I love this game.
Oh, for sure. I'll definitely. I just want to see graphically, especially now that you have a TI. Yeah, what this thing would look like. It'd be insane. But anything else you really want to hit on? I know, like we said previously, we honestly haven't played like a ton of this game. But anything else you'd like to add?
Not really. I think we covered pretty much everything I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. Too bad we don't have Garrett, because he probably would be able to bring a lot more to this conversation. But
this morning when he told us he wasn't going to be here, I was really bummed because I wanted to hear all the the shit that he experienced in terms of just random encounters and whatnot.
For sure.
Next week.
Next week. Well, awesome, Jacob. I look forward to next week. But for now, if you're up for it, I'd like to get into some community questions.
Oh, I'd love to.
Awesome. Thank you to everybody that has sent us a community question. I don't know the entire spiel that Garrett typically does, but please check the description down below for links to our Discord, our email, our social media pages, and please send us your questions there, and be sure to include the hashtag AskIOG so we know that you want the question on the show.
Yes,
and
otherwise
also,
we will
even
read your personal information.
Yeah, we'll give out your social security number, anything that you will have messaged us if you do not, or if you do not have that AskIOG hashtag on there.
Yes.
So thank you, and please, I know this has nothing to do with the questions, but I forgot to say earlier. Please subscribe to the channel at youtube.com/ItsObviousGaming, and please like this video if you're watching it there. If not, please check us out at Apple Podcasts, iTunes, or I guess that's the same thing, Google Play, Audioboom, any other podcasting services. And just check us out there, and just check like I said, the description down below. You can find all that information there. But to the questions, this one's from Jacob Walters.
Ooh.
Hello, It's Obvious Outlaws. Hot damn, Red Dead 2 is just incredible. And Garrett, you bastard. I saw when the reviews came out that you reviewed it.
Yeah,
you are
bastard.
quite the trickster. Anyway, Arthur Morgan is a pretty awesome character, and my question is, if a character in any game were to die, which one would be the most devastating? Like Nathan Drake didn't perish, but if he did, it would be heartbreaking and awful. Sorry for the length of this. F you, Jacob. Play Doom. Keep it up, boys. We all appreciate it.
Oh, who has time for Doom, It's like I gotta play Red Dead.
Yeah? You have plenty of time until Doom Eternal comes out.
Then I gotta play, Kingdom Hearts 3. Gotta play Assassin's Creed. Gotta play Spider-Man again. You know how it goes.
I do. But which character would you be devastated if they were to die? I know 2 right off the bat.
Well, tell me so I can think more.
Kratos. I would be mortified if he were to somehow die
in
any more sequels. Spoiler alert, I guess I just gave it away that he did not die in God of War, if you have not played that yet.
Yeah, it's been like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, so should be good for that. But yeah, I would be very, very sad if he were to die in that series. And probably above that, I will be mortified if Joel dies in The Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah.
So
that's something that it could happen, though.
I know. I will be. That's not going to be good if Joel dies.
Yeah.
I'll be devastated. That was the first one that popped to my brain when I read this.
Yeah. Let me think. I can't think of any. Those were so good.
It's probably like Zimzugov from World of Warcraft.
Oh yeah, Zamroth, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, Sora from Kingdom Hearts. I'm so attached to him.
So sad.
I honestly don't have any good ones. I feel bad. I know there's been like impactful characters.
I took all the good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank, dude.
Yeah, dude, that'd be a real punch to the gut.
Didn't they make like a Clank game before? Or it was just Clank?
They made a Jack and Daxter game with just Daxter. Maybe you're thinking about that.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe. Well,
Anyway.
that was a great question. Thank you, Jacob Walters.
Sorry I didn't do it any justice.
That's okay. You can redeem yourself in this next one.
Okay.
This one's from Josh Scriber. Hey, guys. Hope you all had a very productive week because the time is now. Call out from work, complete and neglect your significant other, and stock that mini fridge because Red Dead 2 is everything it was promised to be. What is the most regrettable mistake you've made in the game so far? Mine was picking a fight with a group of Puma with health only at level 2 and stamina at level 3. An embarrassing 2-hit kill I was dealt, and my response was a motionless stare, mouth agape, and all of my ragdoll thrown body. Sigh.
Probably my most embarrassment was when that bear killed me, like I was talking about earlier, because I feel like he was really weak, and he just like finished me off, and I should have killed him. Because like now, because it reset me like somewhere down the road, and I went back to the same spot. He's not there anymore, so I have to like go through all the trouble of like putting down the bait again and trying to find him again. And I kind of wanted to get him because he's like one of those legendary creatures.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to go through all the trouble in finding him again. But I don't know if that's necessarily embarrassing because he was like a powerful.
Or I think it's just a regrettable mistake that you've made.
Yeah, that was probably
my. You wish you could take back.
Yeah.
Mine definitely is that story that I told you about me killing that the guy from Mexico.
Yeah.
I genuinely felt bad about that. That he came all the way up here and I just blew his head off because I wouldn't give him $10. So I regret that a lot. I still feel bad about that.
Just restart.
Yeah, so rest in peace, sir. I don't know your name, but I feel very bad about killing you. No negative repercussions in the game. It actually helped me. I got money back. Or not money back. I just got money from him, but I still
so
feel
what are you
bad
worried
about? Yeah. This one is from Carl Adam. Yeehaw, beautiful cow hunters.
Yeehaw.
Here comes a greeting from Sweden. My question for your well-crafted podcast, I don't know about that this week, about Red Dead Redemption is if you boys can explain in depth about the customization of your clothes. Are there any stats that come with it? And It's Obvious Gaming podcast is my lifesaver at work, and listen to Garrett's sweet voice is like yoga for my black soul. Much love.
Oh. Well, he's not here this week, so sorry.
Yep.
Have to put up with us.
Yep, sorry. So as far as I know we talked a little bit about customization of clothes, but besides the giving you, keeping you warm or keeping you cool or whatever, that's essentially the only attributes it gives you as far as I've seen.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, I love that if you get knocked down, your hat falls off and you have to pick it up. That's awesome.
Yeah. I saw there was hilarious, like, Twitter. It was trending on Twitter of like hashtag like where's my hat or something like that. People just talking about in the game how they're just running around looking for their hat half the time.
Going back to when the bear killed me, I lost my hat. So I didn't have my hat riding back.
I'm pretty sure you have an unlimited amount of hats in your horse.
Yeah, you can always pull one out, I think.
Yeah.
Or if you can't, like it's at the camp or something, I don't know.
Yeah. You can definitely go get one, but I always try, and every time I get in a brawl or something and it's knocked off, I definitely have to go back to where it started and pick it back up.
Mm-hmm. Have you bought any new hats, or are you still rocking the original?
Not yet. I'm rocking the original. I've looked at a bunch of new clothes, and when I killed that legendary bear, I took it to a trapper, and he can make me like this bear outfit.
Yeah.
But like there's no advantages to it besides like the bear outfit keeps you cold or keeps you warm in the cold. So besides that, in it looking cool, it's fine. Which I guess if they're trying to be super realistic, that makes sense. That's all clothes really do,
So I have a quick question about the camp. I just thought of this. Like, what's the benefit to like giving resources that you get out in the wild to like the camp instead of like taking them to craft stuff? Like, do you know?
I don't know the negative repercussions yet. Okay. I'm not sure. I'm assuming something has to happen if you're not keeping them fed.
Yeah. I don't know.
So-
I should probably do that.
Yeah, I'm a little low. I've been trying to be good about it, but I'm still red. I'm good, and there's like ammo, medicine, and food at when you enter your camp. Those little icons pop up.
Yeah.
I'm good. I upgraded my stuff in the ammo, and I upgraded my stuff in the medicine, so I'm good there. It's just I'm not bringing them enough food, so probably the next time I start it up, I might go kill me a deer or two and bring them on over just to take care of them for a while.
Cool.
So.
Thank you for the
Which
question.
that's just fun as it is. So I have no problem with doing that. But anyways, thanks for the question. Let me pull it up again. My phone just locked. That was from Carl Adam. Thank you, sir. This one's from Squishy. On my first day, I've encountered a violent Irishman taking care of his horse's foot, which was injured. After turning to me and shouted, "Lord have mercy," he was kicked a few feet back and killed by his horse. If you have any stories like this, please share. And granted, you haven't already. Hang on. If you have any stories like to share, and granted, you haven't already, please share. Okay, well, we kind of have already, but
yeah, I wish we would have read this earlier.
Yeah, sorry, my bad, Squishy. But that what happened to them actually happened to me as well.
Wait, you got killed by your horse kicking you?
No, I was just riding by, and this guy was working on his horse's foot, and he looked up at me as I passed by, and then the horse just kicked him in the side of the head and killed him. It's pretty funny.
I haven't encountered that guy yet.
Yeah, I somebody on Twitter tweeted out the GIF as well. I also saw a hilarious GIF of a guy running up to his horse, punching it in the side, and the horse just turns and just kicks him in the head and sends him flying.
I did see that. Yes.
Yeah. That was pretty funny.
That's like
Yeah, in
something that would
terms of,
actually happen too. Like if you punch your horse is
Yeah.
gonna kick the shit out of you.
For sure.
Maybe.
I think there was one more random event that happened to me that I am just forgetting, or yeah, I honestly can't remember. I think I went through the ones that are interesting enough already.
Mhm.
But thanks for the question, Squishy. This one's from Ohbulgruf.
Oh, bongles.
With the joy of Halloween approaching, you wake up the morning of the 31st to find you have all been reverted back to children for the day. What is your plan to enjoy Halloween to the best of your ability before you return to normal? What would your costume be? Also, what would your favorite candy treat to receive? Hang on, I'm sorry, let me redo that. Also, what would be your favorite candy to receive to help make the day one to remember?
Interesting question.
I don't know if I'd do anything too crazy. I'd probably just go trick-or-treating, obviously. Maybe watch some scary movies. And I definitely would want to be getting as many Reese's and Butterfingers as humanly possible that night. And just
I don't like Butterfingers,
go into a diet.
man.
Oh, dude, Butterfingers are my jam. I
Ugh.
freaking love Butterfingers.
No.
Why?
No.
Why don't you like them, Jacob?
So when I had one as a kid, it was like the one that I had was all gross and slimy and it was melted, and that ruined my experience with them. I'm gonna be honest. That's
It was
why I don't like them.
slimy.
Yeah. Like,
Why was it
just-
slimy?
I
Like
don't know.
melted?
Yeah. And it was like it tasted bad. I don't know if it was like expired or
What?
something, but it was gross.
Okay,
And I haven't
here's
tried
the
one
thing
since.
here's the thing with Butterfingers is that if you eat an old one or something, it's not good. They can be stale. For some reason, it's like the only candy bar that can be stale.
Yeah, it
if they're
was
too
very
old or
hard.
sitting out or
It was
something.
like a Heath bar.
Yeah, they're not supposed to be like that. So if you just have a good one, now a big complaint about the Butterfinger is that they're notoriously known for getting stuck in your teeth.
Yeah.
Due to the texture, which if you have a fresh one that's very like flaky, that doesn't happen too much. But if you have the problem with that, they make these Butterfinger cups that have the exact taste of the Butterfinger, but they're really creamy like a peanut butter cup. So you have the same Butterfinger taste, but it's a different texture.
Yeah.
So if you have that problem, you can always have those. But Jacob, I would encourage you that if for some time this Halloween you see a little fun-sized Butterfinger or something, give it a try.
Okay.
Give it a try for your boy.
For you, I will try it. How's
Thank you.
that?
I don't think I would lead you astray, sir.
Okay. I'll trust you. I'll try one in a couple weeks, and I'll let you know how it is. Maybe this week even. We'll see.
Well, I mean,
I would
Halloween's
be.
this week, so
That's true. Yeah, I got to do it this week. I would be a cowboy in spirit of Red Dead. I would have my little cowboy hat on, my get up, have my vest, my little revolver, and my holster. I'd look real
Yeah.
good. I
Yeah.
would definitely be rocking. I'm really on a original Hershey's bar kick right now. So I would
I
love
like
a bunch of those, especially if they're in the fridge, man.
Okay.
So good.
How do you feel about the cookies and cream Hershey bars?
I think they're just okay. I like the
Huh.
original much more.
Huh.
My problem is I get tired of white chocolate very quickly.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
See,
like I can have like maybe
love
one or
white
two,
chocolate.
like 1 or 2 bites, but then I just want regular chocolate.
Like white chocolate Reese's, I'll kill myself on
Yeah,
those.
that sounds bad.
What?
Yeah, white chocolate Reese's?
Yeah,
Like peanut butter and white chocolate? I've never tried that.
It's delicious.
Maybe.
I've had white chocolate Twix as well. White chocolate Kit Kats. So good.
I've had white chocolate Kit Kats. Those are decent.
Yeah, the only white chocolate thing that it's fine is the white chocolate M&Ms.
Yeah.
They don't taste like M&Ms. They just taste like white chocolate bites.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of like loses its identity as an M&M at that point, you know?
Yeah, I feel you. I
So
really like
don't
white
recommend those.
chocolate pretzels. Like the chocolate covered
yeah.
pretzels. Those are good.
I know exactly what you're talking about. When me and Garrett were working together, every Friday we would drive home back to his house and we would stop by Best Buy for some reason and get a giant bag of those blue white chocolate covered pretzels.
Yeah,
I don't
know
know
exactly
the
the
brand,
bag.
but they're that shiny blue bag.
Yeah.
And we'd get 2 Mexican Cokes and we would eat those and drink that on the way back to his house every Friday.
Sounds like a nice tradition you guys had.
It was pretty nice. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, dude.
I think I would dress up as a Red Power Ranger just because that's what I typically rocked as a kid.
I was that 1 year.
Wouldn't want to change
good
that.
costume.
Yeah, the last time I was the Red Power Ranger, I actually ripped the butt seam of my costume by bending over, and my uncle still likes to remind me of that. So
Are you too
I'd
big?
have to. Oh yeah, it was way too small.
Were you one of those kids that like wore their Halloween costumes like the whole month of October? Like, would you make
No.
I made my parents buy my
No, I
costume
wasn't.
early so I could wear it all the time.
No, I would just wear it the one time. I think I wasn't too much into dressing up or anything as a kid.
Yeah, I loved it. Like I had the Black Ranger, the White Ranger, and the Red Ranger all at different Halloweens because I was so obsessed with the Power Rangers back in the day.
Yeah, well, you see, my parents wouldn't let me watch the Power Rangers as a kid for some
Wow.
reason. So they were always this like secret thing that I would have to, watch when it was on. So them even letting me be a Power Ranger for Halloween was a massive like surprise and treat for me. For the couple of years they let me. So I was kind of like a poser fan because I would wear the costume, but I never had even watched Power Rangers.
Just want to be like the cool kids.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you can't deny the Power Rangers looked really cool.
They did look pretty cool.
They had that going for them. The show was,
deny that.
just okay, but yeah.
Did you see the movie?
The new one?
Yeah,
I did. I liked it.
I have not even seen that yet. I'm going to the movies tonight. I'm going to see Halloween.
Oh, you have to let me know how it is.
Yeah, we'll do. I actually rewatched the original Halloween last night to get prepped. Or not last night, 2 nights ago, to get prepped for this one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually the first time I ever saw the original. Have you seen it?
I have, yes.
Yeah, it's really old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is at this point, isn't
very, very old. And pretty funny watching it nowadays, not going to lie.
It's been a few years since I've seen it. I should watch it.
Yeah, I would never say it's bad because it's not bad. That's not fair of me to say that it's bad. But definitely based on today's standards in terms of literally everything, it's pretty funny to watch now.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I'm excited to check that out. But Garrett, not Garrett. Sorry, Jacob.
Hi.
Hi.
Do we have anything else?
No, I was waiting to see if you caught. I called you Garrett. No, I think that'll do it for community questions today. So again, thank you very much for the people that sent these in. Again, sorry that Garrett isn't here to give a third opinion on these. And sorry if this isn't as structured as it typically is with without Garrett being here. Like I said, not too much news. We are essentially just going to talk about Red Dead for the most part today, regardless, but Garrett definitely could have brought a lot more to that conversation. So again, we apologize. Be sure to tune in next week to hear his extensive thoughts on Red Dead. And if you want to hear about 10 minutes of his thoughts, go check out the COD Connected YouTube page, and his 11-minute review is right there. So if you're interested to see what he says about it, check that out. But Jacob, I think that'll do that for community questions today.
Yeah, I think we did a pretty solid job. Our show was nice and sweet, and I had a good time talking to you about Red Dead.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Besides Red Dead, you looking to play anything else this week? You wanted to play some more Blackout now that you have a PC that can crush it?
Yes, dude. I'm so excited to play some Black Ops 4. I'm going to be trying out Destiny 2 probably.
Oh, yeah.
Might boot up some AC, see how that looks. I'm excited.
I hear you. That sounds great, Jacob.
And
I've yet
definitely
to
a lot
actually
more
buy.
Red Dead, obviously.
I've yet to buy Black Ops 4.
You should, man. It's fun.
Oh, I no doubt. I just haven't had any time, and right now I'm really focused in on Red Dead Redemption right now.
Spent a lot of time in Dallas. I get it.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you still working out there?
I'm home. No, I don't think so. I might be in Alabama next week, but it's a pretty chill job, and I will bring my PlayStation, and I should have a lot of time out there to invest in Red Dead. So,
gotcha. So you sort of like winding down towards the end of the year in terms of work?
Or
you got some big stuff coming up?
Not too sure yet, but for the moment, I shouldn't be out of town in terms of like places I need to fly, at least for the next couple of weeks. At least
Gotcha.
I think so. Me saying that, I'll probably be flying out in the next 2 days or whatever.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
But yeah, but anyways. All right, Jacob. I think that'll do that for episode 175. It was a pleasure talking to you, and we really appreciate everybody listening in. Again, sorry if this was a little different from our other podcasts and wasn't as filled with content as it normally is. We apologize for that, and we should be back to normal next week with Garrett coming back. So just stick with us, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Bye-bye.